Yeah, actually the activities for the defense cooperation is already included in the agreement. Now is a time to implement. For example, send the high-ranking military staff from Indonesia to get the training in Pakistan, and also vice versa, the high-ranking military official from Pakistan also to do the training in Indonesia. And of course, exchange of visit among military staff, and then a forum of discussion between Indonesian military and Pakistani military also had been.
So it's ongoing cooperation that.
Yes, it's ongoing cooperation.
And sir, can you briefly tell us the diplomatic and political exchange of delegation between the two countries? And can you tell us that any high-level visit of your head of state, your president, in future can visit Pakistan?
Yeah, the highest level visit, I think it had been implemented by both Pakistan and Indonesia. So the latest visit was the, as I told you, the President of Pakistan to Jakarta, but it was not in the framework of bilateral, but it was in the framework of attending the OIC special summit in Jakarta last March. But in terms of bilateral, of course, the Pakistani government has sent a letter invited Indonesian president to pay a bilateral visit to Pakistan, and now is under the consideration, of course, because the schedule of the President Joko Widodo has been very busy with the domestic agenda and everything in at home, but hopefully he will consider positively to fulfill the invitation from His Excellency President Mahmoud Hussein.
And sir, as you mentioned that people-to-people contact should be strengthened, and people of Pakistan should know about the information and knowledge about Indonesia, as at the same time your people also get information about Pakistan and its people. So how we can promote the cultural ties between the two countries, and as you know that there are many similarities between the two countries. So as a ambassador, what are your proposal or your objective to promote this cultural diplomacy?
Okay, so before responding to that question, I read the outcome of the polling doing by BBC. It was in 2014 about the world perception on Pakistan. And according to the BBC polling, the Indonesian rank highest, has the positive perception about Pakistan, 40%, the highest among. That's according to the BBC polling. So meaning that actually Indonesian knows about Pakistan because we have a emotional attachment because we are the biggest Muslim country in terms of population, and Pakistan is the second biggest. And we have also similarities, as you rightly just said, about the culture. We conducted, for example, celebration of the birth of the Prophet of Muhammad. We celebrate the Idul Fitr. We celebrate the Ramadan. So we have
all similarities.
Yes, we have the similarity. We eat the same food. We eat rice. So we do have similarities. Now come to your question: how me myself as ambassador to promote mutual understanding. As I told you, I will bring the Pakistani crew TV and journalists to Indonesia for 10 days to go to Jakarta, to go to another city, to Yogyakarta, and also to Lombok, and also to Bali Island, to make a record about the culture of Indonesia. And it will broadcast in the TV channel here in Pakistan. And vice versa, I will encourage my colleague in Jakarta, Ambassador Akil, also to bring Indonesian journalists to come to
This is good.
to Pakistan to see, because I know that Pakistan is a very beautiful country, so the people are very warmed and hospitality, which is I enjoy so far, and during my stay here for 4 months, I really impressed by the hospitality and the warmth of the Pakistani people.
And similarly, your people are also very hospitable.
In Indonesia, yes, of course, yes.
And sir, can you tell us that in the field of education and health and some other social sector, is there going any cooperation between the two countries regarding education, health, and some other?
Yeah, in education, we have already signed MOUs between the well-known university in Pakistan and also the well-known university in Indonesia. IUI is the International Islamic University in Pakistan. I think have signed with more than 3 universities in Indonesia on the education cooperation, because we also have many students in the IUI. It's around 200 students, Indonesian students in here in Islamabad, and of course in Karachi. We have also students in madrasa in Raiwin and in Karachi. So in terms of education cooperation, I think we don't have any problem, and hopefully it will be increasing in the future.
And so what is the literacy rate in your country? Do you think that your country has introduced a very revolutionary reforms in education system in your country?
Yeah, in terms of illiteracy, I was attended the international seminar in IUI. The seminar was focusing on the role of the madrasah, and it was discussed that the madrasah in Indonesia is really contribute significantly to the illiteracy, to reduce the people who cannot read. So because the madrasa, we conducted the curriculum adjusted by themselves. They tried to adjust with the government policy to also embracing the general knowledge about the science, not only related to the learning of Al-Quran and Hadith, but also general knowledge about the economic and social and political.
And can we exchange the experience regarding this madrasa system in your country?
Sure.
Because we have also a large number of madaris, in Pakistan, and now our federal government is trying to regulate and to introduce latest, reforms in madrasa education system to bringing them in the mainstream. So your country have a very experience in this field. Can we exchange this experience?
Yes, actually the idea has been discussed with the IUI rector at the time with me on how to bring the Indonesian boarding school system to Pakistan and vice versa, because I think each has its strength. In Pakistan has a uniqueness and its strength, and in Indonesia also. So we can just cross fertilization on how to increase the educational system in the boarding school or in madrasa.
That's very good. So you think that in field of education we can get experience from your country, and we can promote the literacy rate as well. So here we take a short commercial break, and then we will continue our discussion.